Hello guys, we're gonna get started here in just a minute. Just gonna share the link here. Alright. Okay. Gonna keep an extra eye on the internet. Had to start with slightly less than I usually do, but it worked well before, so I'm feeling pretty reasonably confident here. It's an 8-match PCCW pay-per-view. Opening matches for the PCCW Hardcore title, as Dreamer will defend against Goldberg. See how it goes. Alright. Hey Gray Man, how you doing?
Fight!
Oh, both guys hit some glass there. Alright, rest of the show. After this match, Steiner Brothers and the Impact players will fight to determine the new PCCW Tag Champions. The Impact players are current champions. And after that, Dudley Boys will fight Edge and Christian. After that, HBK will fight D'Lo Brown. And then we got some rumbles. First, we got a women's rumble, which is a title shot rumble. And then after that, we got 3 rounds of rumble. We'll get to the participants of those when we get to those matches, because there's quite a lot. Thanks. It's always tough doing, because when I do them, I always try to get the right balance of color, because I try not to have one color dominate too much over another. It can get tricky with 3, but I try to incorporate both the red gold of San Fran and the Warriors the Golden State Warriors blue with it.
5 minutes gone.
Ooh, inverted atomic drop. Ooh. Cross.
Give up. Give up.
Line him up. Oh, spear! Dreamer gets right back up. Fallaway slam. Oh, another spear.
One, two.
Are you ready?
Jackhammer.
Break.
Oh,
One.
Dreamer tried to sneak it in.
Yeah.
Oh, Dreamer DDT. Spear.
Are you ready?
One, two.
Ooh.
Are you ready?
Another jackhammer.
One, two, three.
Oh, look at this. We got a new champion. This is also an 8-match pay-per-view. 76 to open things up. Yeah. Well. Yeah, title changing hands. Yeah, it's almost. Yeah, I wonder what that looks like. It's been a minute since I saw a title change. I'm joking. Oh, that's funny. I know I gave WWE shit for long title reigns in the Discord just a tiny bit, but in their defense, they did just change the NXT tag titles, not the NXT tag titles, the NXT women's the WWE women's tag titles have gone through a couple changes the last couple months, so within the last month or so. So I'll give them credit. I mean, they've kind of kept things lively there. But see. Steiner's an Impact. Alright, let's see how it goes. Yeah, it technically is secondary titles for the women's, because I know a lot of people have been wanting WWE's women's division get secondary titles for a long time, but their rosters just at an odd number. Like, they have enough to do what they got now, but here's the thing, they can't hold on. This is for the This is for the title. Did I not make it a title match? Hold on. I'll double. Well, it's gonna show non-title when I quit the match, so we'll be super sure. Every time you quit. Every time in this game when you quit or finish a title match, when you get back, it resets as non-title, so you kind of have to go back and... Oh, there it is. I guess I didn't do it that time. Well, got it fixed here. Let those guys do their thing. But yeah, I know I talked quite a bit in Discord about the Rumble, but I saw a lot of people talk about how they thought the Women's Rumble... Okay, no worries. You know, I've been seeing a lot of comments about the Rumble, how people thought the Women's Rumble was better than the men's. And, yeah, I mean, there are some botchy moments in the Women's Rumble, but I feel like I feel like they had a tiny bit more, oh wow, like, things, as opposed to the men. However, the men had a few that I like. First of all, I didn't see coming Jimmy and Jay starting things off. I thought that was a really good booking there, having those two, because those two haven't really faced each other in a big match-like thing in a bit, if not yet. So that was a cool little thing. I love that they brought Braun Breaker up. I didn't see that coming.
Fight.
Yeah, it did a little bit. Here's the thing: I've heard a few people complain that there weren't enough special like stuff happen. But here's the thing: I would rather, because here's the thing: at this point, any legends that are available that can still go in the ring reasonably well are going to be during WWE's shit PG crap era. And no one wants to see those guys. So I say have the surprises be NXT guys and gals and anybody from other promotions like TNA. You know, I think that should be a better way to do things, in all honesty. Yeah. Yeah, the TNA woman. I thought it was really cool to see them do that, you know? Because here's the thing, WWE hasn't really acknowledged other promotions since, like, the Attitude Era with the ECW invasion. Now, I feel like that was, and the NWA stuff, too, they did during the Attitude Era. That was really the last time they did stuff like that. After that era, they just pretended like the rest of the world was dead outside of them. Yeah. I am legit positive that they're gonna have some legit promotional crossover stuff at some point. I don't know how much it'll favor TNA or WWE in terms of like how guys are going to be booked, but it's going to be pretty cool to see. I will say that. Yeah, Men's Rumble. I think the biggest thing, because the biggest thing with the woman, and here's the other thing too. I feel like the Women's Rumble had a bit more. Hey, I said at the beginning of the stream I had to start with less than normal internet, but I'm not going to pretend that would normally make a difference, because that type of stuff can still happen even with the proper internet, so it is what it is. Hopefully, it stays good here. Alright. Have to keep my eye on it. Yeah, videos will be merged when we get a chance. Yeah. But yeah, as I was saying, I think the biggest difference between the men's and the women's, I feel like the women's just had a little bit more surprises, like the TNA girls and stuff, and Jade. I mean, the guys had some too, but I feel like they were a little bit more safer. But well, but here's the thing. Cody won it, that's great, but it's not gonna freaking matter if he's not booked to win over Roman. If Roman beats him again, then Cody might as well just retire, because no one's gonna take him seriously ever again, because you can't do the whole story, win 2 Royal Rumbles in a row and then lose both times. I mean, it's you can't do that. It'll make him look hella weak. Like, there has to be a little bit of a conviction. It's time to do that, and I don't care.
10 minutes gone.
1,301 days. Yeah, because that's a whole nother can of worms right there. Yeah, no, I don't. No, I think I don't really want long reign. I can do without it. Yeah. And here's my biggest issue with it now. And this goes to the Fatal 4-Way. The Fatal 4-Way was a complete waste of everyone's time. It was a waste of the 3 guys going into it, because here's the thing. Why protect Roman from getting pinned in a Fatal 4-Way if you're going to take the title off if he's already been pinned and lost in the match? Yeah, they do shit and they're like, oh, they snuck in. It's just like, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know. I just think that's the problem with. Here's the problem, and I've said this from not day one, but for a while. Having the title tied to his gimmick was the worst thing they ever did, because they put themselves in a fucking corner with it. And I don't know if there's other factors like contracts or something like that where it's like, oh, I want to hold the belt for this. Like, oh, look at this, James retained. Canadian Maple Leaf does it. Now we got more tag action coming up here. Because here's the thing. Think about it. Imagine even when Triple H has his reign of terror in the early 2000s, and when Hollywood Hulk Hogan had it in at WCW, even they dropped the title at certain points during their thing and got it back cheaply later, but you can't have long title reigns. I mean, look at The Rock's stats for titles and title reigns. Like, if you look at it, he won the belt a lot. He didn't hold on to it very long for the most part. But who gives a shit? Like, that's the problem. Like, the whole day count thing is so stupid in wrestling, because who cares if someone has the belt that long when it doesn't make sense? Like, because here's the thing. Back in the day, when pretty much everyone believed wrestling was real, or something along those lines, long title reigns were kind of more accepted for a lot of reasons. A big one, I feel like, is more to do with the fact that wrestlers weren't overexposed. So someone like Bruno holding the title for 2,700 days was fine, because you didn't see him in matches all the freaking time. Like, when you saw a match of him, it was super fresh, and it stayed fresh for a long time because there weren't TV shows and all that. You had to travel, you had to go to shit, you had to like watch shit live. Stuff stayed fresh a hell of a lot longer, but nowadays stuff doesn't stay fresh like that long. You can't have someone have a long reign without it fucking up booking and ideas and stuff. You just can't. Yeah, exactly. And here's the other thing too. Like, you could have had him lose the belt at WrestleMania 39, and you didn't have to change a fucking thing about the booking. You still could have done the whole Bloodline story like they did here with him not having the title. You know, that's the way I feel about it. Dudley Boys and Edge and Christian. I don't know. Alright, here we go. I just think at the end of the day, it was stupid. And here's the thing. I like long title. I don't mind long title reigns, but there's a time and a place. Now, compare Roman's reign with Gunther's. I like Gunther's long reign a hell of a lot more, because one, he defends occasionally, he's there. I think Roman Reigns is a good wrestler, but I think Gunther's a great wrestler. There's the difference there. And here's the other thing too. Like there wasn't really a lot of guys you could see beat him for the Intercontinental title and have it make sense. There's been a few, like him and Sheamus had a great little rivalry for a bit before they kind of shortened it. They could have done more with it, but they didn't. But they were great. Great moments there with those two. Chad Gable would have been a great one to beat, but it was an odd period of time when they did it, so they couldn't really do it on any big shows, so they couldn't pull the trigger there, but they probably should have, because people would have loved Chad Gable beating him. And now they have Jey Uso kind of fight. It seems like they might prepare him to beat him for the Intercontinental title, and I like that idea. I think it would be. I would think Jay's first singles belt victory being against him like that would be fantastic. Because he's gonna have to start somewhere, because he's a singles guy now. He's not gonna go back and tag out with Jimmy or whoever. He's just singles guy. So at some point he should win a singles title. But yeah, between Rollins he's been a fighting champion, but he's held on to the title for a while. Roman's Roman. Gunther's been doing his thing with IC. Really, the only mid-card title that's kind of been hot potato a little bit is US title. But even then, like, most guys been holding on that for like a few months at a time. So the tag titles been held on for quite a bit. I mean, they kind of hot potatoed them, having Cody and Jay win them for like 1 second. That was kind of pointless, in all honesty. But yeah, they've been letting guys hold on to titles for a bit, and I don't mind that. But here's the problem: one, there's only so many compelling wrestling stories you can do that don't revolve around the title. And if all your titles are being held up by guys, the longer they get held up, the more obvious the pacing of holding a title is exposed, and the fans start to anticipate, okay, he's not going to drop it here, he's probably going to drop it here to this guy because it makes more sense. The guys know that now. So really the only way you can keep fans on their toes is with unpredictability is not having a pace, having anything happen at any time. And I think that's why a lot of guys like the Attitude Era so much, because it was just chaos. It was unpredictable. Oh yeah, the Women's World title hasn't changed. The WWE Women's title has been the same since
5 minutes gone.
Io cashed it in, which I think was SummerSlam. So yeah, all the reigns have been long reigns. Like, none of them have been, there hasn't been a lot of short reigns, with probably the only US title. But even then, like, they've been doing long reigns, and I like that they're establishing people with it, but I don't know. When you have a roster that size, I feel like you need some titles to kind of be hot potato a little bit, because I feel like you need to give guys a chance to do something with the belt, to put a spin on it, to give them a chance to kind of show what they can do. I'm prettier, cover, because but when you have titles held up for that long, those guys don't get that chance. Now imagine an Attitude Era, there wasn't like a Euro title and a Hardcore title. If those titles didn't exist, if it was just the top title of IC and the tags, we never would have saw the D'Lo Brown do his thing with the European title. We never would have saw Crash do 24/7 Hardcore rules. We never would have saw that because those guys never would have won the main titles. Those guys, they weren't positioned like that. We never would have saw Steve Blackman like freaking destroy it with the Hardcore title. We never would have saw British Bull. We never would have saw so much without those titles. Yeah.
1, 2.
But Rhea is super over. Like, even friends in my group that don't really watch wrestling know Rhea Ripley. Like, she's kind of transcended beyond just the wrestling world. And so I don't mind that, really. Yeah, they have. He has.
10 minutes gone.
Come on!
Oh, PC. Yeah. Well, and here's the thing too. I think they've been trying to build up competitors, because I think when Triple H took over, like, no one had enough prestige. I think he wanted to start. I think he wanted to build some guys up with some good, solid rivalries to kind of gain them credibility. And I get that. I'm fine with that. But like I said, if they had a Euro Hardcore title for those guys, Spear.
1, 2.
For those guys that aren't gonna hold a mid-card or world championship or even tag titles anytime soon, then if those guys aren't gonna hold those titles like almost never, then how are you gonna know what they can do with those titles? You know, you need titles that you don't give a fuck who has them. You know, and I know they did the 24/7 title for a long time, but that sucked. And it sucked because they didn't do anything compelling with it. I mean, the only people who made something cool with it was R-Truth. You know, and let's face it, R-Truth wouldn't be R-Truth now if it wasn't for that title. So there's an example there. Yeah, I can see that. But even then, if you only have one undisputed championship and you have the two mid cards, the top titles of your shows or something, and then if you even do two tag titles, which WWE will do soon, which I hope they do, because I think having those separate again would be great. I think they've just been taking their time, because I think they're trying to build up their tag divisions enough where they could justify having two titles, which I'm okay with. But at some point they have to do that. But once they do, I feel like you're going to see a lot more tag action.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, Dudley's get the win. $71. Won it with the 3D. Next, HBK and D-Lo. Yeah. Yeah, short. But yeah, but even if you do all that, I mean, there's a whole mid-low card on those shows with nothing to do. So yeah, I don't know. It would help to really judge it if I had who's on the current roster right now, because if I looked in the 2K23 game or whatever, or who's going to be in 2K24, and I see the guys per roster and what amount they have, I probably could make a better judgment on whether having a low card title on both shows would work or not. But all I can say is I just feel like that you're not going to know who can do what with a title until you give them a title. And if you're going to have these long-term plans with certain guys holding certain belts, then you should have a belt that can just be hot potato around to give everyone a chance at it. That way when you're thinking long-term about who can be stars or not, that way you can get an idea of where guys are at with holding titles. Now, granted, you could use NXT for this, but let's face it, NXT is kind of its own thing. SmackDown's going to be 3. They're boosting that up to 3 whenever they move next. So both shows are going to be 3 hours. Alright. HBK. Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, get creative with it. Have them be TV titles. Have them be internet titles. I mean, it doesn't have to reinvent the wheel. Just something to let the lower card guys experiment a little bit and kind of develop stuff. Because here's my other opinion. Yeah, better than 24/7. Just call it hardcore title. You might as well just legit just bring back the hardcore title, because that's pretty much what it's gonna be. Paul's number, yeah. Shit. There we go. Alright, after this match we do some Rumble action, so let's see how it goes. Yeah, it's just, I just think that with the way they're booking their title stuff, I think, and look, I know a lot of promotions like AEW are getting criticism for having too many belts. I get it. You don't want too many belts. But the size of your roster should be, and your booking should determine how many belts you have. And if you're going to have guys hold on to titles for a gajillion years, then you need belts that aren't going to be like that. Because you need to be able to let your lower card showcase what they could bring to the table.
You're looking at the real deal now. Gonna kick this sorry ass out on the street. You on the street. Put back the bag and your ass is dead meat. Victory is sweet. Bring it on. Here's your receipt. Bring it on. What you gonna do about it? Bring it on. Is that what you got? Bring it on. So what you gonna do about it? Bring it on. Gonna It's just going down, so what you gonna do?
Fight.
Yeah. Yeah, September, yeah. And here's the thing, they keep talking about it, so I think what they want to try to do, because he's not going to pass Bruno Sammartino. His is like 2,700 days. That's not going to happen. But Hulk Hogan is doable, and I think they'll settle for that, because I feel like, because one, Bruno Sammartino, most of his stuff was during the WWF days, so that barely counts. Really, the Holy Grail is Hulk Hogan. And I think they're waiting for him to do that, because I think they want to, when they do, like, go through their stats shit, they could just say Roman Reigns instead of Hulk Hogan, because most young people that watch wrestling now, they barely know Hulk Hogan. They just don't, but they all know Roman Reigns. But yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4,
but here's the thing, if they have Cody win the Rumble, then he has to drop it at WrestleMania.
7, 8,
Because they can't have him do that and have him not win it again. If they do that, then
13.
How can you... What's the other belt? Well, that's the thing, too. Him and Rollins have a great rivalry, and I wouldn't be against that either, but... Yeah, helping HBK. But yeah, I wouldn't be against that either, but he has so much unfinished business with Roman Reigns. You know, and I'm sorry, but I just feel like... if he picks Rollins instead of Roman, I feel like it'd be an easy way out. I feel like because first of all, Rollins is technically a babyface right now, like Cody is. And to be honest, Cody's already beaten Rollins like 4 times in a row. So he has nothing to prove to Rollins. I just feel like that they're gonna have to, unless they book something, they're gonna have Roman defend against Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, and that Rock Roman's match is gonna happen at fucking Elimination Chamber and piss everyone off. Yeah, but if they wanted that, then they shouldn't have booked Cody to win the Rumble.
1,
That's the way I feel about it. If they wanted him to maintain that, then they should have booked someone else to win the Rumble and go after Rollins, like CM Punk or something like that.
1, 2.
Which, in hindsight, is probably a good thing they didn't have him win it, because if they had him win it and then he tore his fucking arm muscle, then that would really fuck things up. Yep. It is. That's why I think they're also going to have it there, because here's the thing. From a booking wise, it makes sense, because Rock Roman is not going to be a title match. And you can't build all this up for Roman not to defend the title at WrestleMania. You just can't. So it's going to happen there. That's the only slot that makes sense, unless they want to pull a Cena Rock and sacrifice a main event Mania for next year's main event Mania, which they might do. Like, the way I see it happening is, if they don't have him at Elimination Chamber, oh, look at D'Lo Brown dive to the outside.
3,
If they're not going to have him defend it, if they're not going to do that, I think what they're going to happen, I think Rock's going to screw over Roman and have Cody win it. And that's going to set up, those two will have a match at WrestleMania 41. That's what I see is going to happen, possibly. D'Lo and HBK would have had some great matches. Yeah, exactly. Super kick. I think that's what's probably going to happen.
1,
And I'd be okay with that. It's just for the love of God, I want like something else. Like, I don't know. I used to be like the idea of long title reigns, but I've kind of gotten bored. I'm kind of tired of it because I just feel like there's only so much you can do nowadays in wrestling with long title reigns before things start getting bored and stale. Oh, dude, imagine Rikishi coming down during their match to the old school Too Cool theme, the Fly Today song, and he's just dancing while his sons are fighting, like Jeff Hardy helping Matt in AEW, and Matt's just getting the shit kicked in, and Jeff's just like doing his dance thing to the music. Oh, elbow drop cover.
2, 3.
HBK gets the win. You might have to change that elbow drop because HBK doesn't typically go for covers with his elbow drops. They're typically setup moves, but it got a 92, so these two work well together. Now for the Rumbles. So I re-looked through. So here's how it is. This one's a women's rumble. It's a single round. Timed, of course. And Grayman, you said you wanted them to be 2-minute round, 2-minute stuff. Okay. I mean, that's perfectly fine if you want to do it like that. The only reason why I put mine at a minute is because I wanted to try to get the early guys a chance to win it. But no, it's not. I mean, yeah, it depends. So opening up, we got Mandy Rose first. Then Lynch. Then Liv. Then Cargill. Then Monet. Then Stratus. And then Bliss. Is it on? Are you only doing 7? Let me see. Did I miss one? Miss somebody? Yeah, you only got 7. Because since it's a single one, like, you having 7 or 8 won't change the cost. It'll be 10 credits no matter what. So, yeah. So, you could use a free agent. They're free to use in pay-per-views if you want to. But you don't necessarily have to. You could ride with 7 if you choose to. It wouldn't change anything. Bailey? Okay, we'll do that. Yeah, she is. There we go. Alright, let's get this going here. But yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting WrestleMania, that's for sure.
Fight.
Oh, and here's another thing too. In all honesty, I think the Judgment Day are a better stable than the Bloodline. Even when Bloodline were at their peak, I like the Judgment Day better. I don't know how many people share that opinion, but and here's the reason why I like the Judgment Day better. One, I like that their whole gimmick isn't tied around titles. They're still who they are, even if they don't have titles. Two, I think they're a bit more.
Give up.
And the thing is, I think they're just better. I think they're just a better villain stable because they're fresh. Like, nothing feels repetitive with them. Everything feels like organic. The Bloodline feels tired and repetitive. At least at this point. Now, I feel like, to me, the prime of the Bloodline was pretty much the Rumble leading up to WrestleMania last year. I feel like that in a, oh my god, Elimination Chamber with fucking Sami Zayn, my god. You could have dropped the title there, and I think everyone would have been okay with it. I mean, it's so close to WrestleMania, but man, Cody would have been great too. But I just, oh my god. That would have been a moment. That would have changed everything. Yeah, it would have been the better way of going about it. But man, that whole, and that's the thing. The only blemish with Triple H booking has been the Roman Reigns shit. That's the only thing. If it wasn't for that, everything would be solid. But to me, it's like, what's the point of putting together a 5-star pay-per-view? The main event's going to be a depressive, repetitive thing of Roman retaining for the 500th time. Like you zap all the energy out of the thing. That's what happened at Night 2 at WrestleMania. Night 1 was great. And then Night 2 happened, and then everything just was like, ugh. Yeah, to pay off the hologram. You know what? Those CG intros, I don't mind them. I mean, mainly because they zap so much personality out of the Titantrons and even half the theme music minimum. Oh, Becky's gone. That they're one of the few things that has some character, but not all of them are 5 stars. There are some where I'm just like, okay, this isn't a good one. I don't like Roman's. Roman's just looks too EA Sports 2005 for my taste. Becky won the same way. I think my favorite's actually the New Day, because I like the cycling 16-bit platforming thing. I think that's kind of fun to see. Judgment Day's fine. I like the little different uniqueness of each of the guys in the robes when it's individual entrances.
Yeah.
Chat doubled here. Yeah, I guess, yeah. I don't know. I just...
10 minutes gone.
You know what? I haven't heard Jimmy Uso's theme music that much compared to Jay's. But man, you can tell that Jimmy's getting the Marty Jannetty treatment a little bit because his Titantron in music doesn't stand out as much as Jey Uso's does.
Give up?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks because I think Jimmy's not bad at all. But for some reason, WWE really likes to pick one guy in a tag team over the other for single stardom. And I don't know, I don't think that's the correct call because you look at Edge and Christian. Christian could have easily been a top guy, but they didn't want to do that. At least Vince didn't. Oh, she's got. Oh, Jay throws her out and Bailey just attacks. Irish whips her. Yeah, you know, Christian did great in TNA during the 2000s, but yeah, like, yeah, it was.
Give up?
Yeah, she is right there. Hi, Corey. Oh yeah, she's ready. I mean, she held the TBS title for like a gajillion months. She was like the female Goldberg. I mean, so yeah, no, she's ready. She doesn't need to go to NXT. And I just remember what I was going to talk about. And to be honest, I don't think NXT should be a developmental brand anymore. I think NXT should be a pure third brand like Raw and SmackDown at this point. I just don't. I just, given the quality they deliver and everything with the performers, I just don't think it makes any sense for them to be a developmental brand. I would much rather.
Give up?
And to be honest, when they do their little show drafts, having it be 3 shows as opposed to 2, I think would make a big difference. Well, yeah, because they're all moving to different stuff. Because Raw's going to Netflix, SmackDown is going to go back to USA Network, and NXT's going to be on CW. They put out great stuff. But speaking of guys who are ready, Braun Breaker's beyond ready for main roster. In all honesty, I think they kept him in NXT a little bit too long. I think, like, you don't want him turning into an Adam Cole.
1, 2.
I think so.
Yeah.
20 minutes gone.
Fighting in and out of the ring. Yeah, it's a smaller venue, but it does have a great vibe. Ah, she survived. Rose playing on the concrete.
Yeah.
Oh, Blue Thunder Bomb.
Over.
Oh, Twisted Bliss. She's finally gone down to 3. When he gets jaded right there. She's gone. Down to Bailey and Cargill. Bailey the last one in. Yeah. You know what's funny too is that in the Rumble when Braun Breaker speared McDonald or whatever his name is, I remember those two actually had a huge feud in NXT for a while. Oh, Bayley wins it. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I like doing I go with 1 minute because 2 minutes it kind of favors the later guys a bit, and I want to try to give the earlier guys a bit more because Becky was eliminated first and she was the first one in. So that's kind of why I do. But 2 minutes, in terms of pure Rumble pacing, 2 minutes is probably a little bit more on the money than 1 minute. But in terms of, like, more randomer results, I don't know. I'm not quite sure if 2 minutes quite delivers, but... That's a 98. Yeah, exactly. It's all based on preference, in all honesty. But now we're gonna move on to the men's, and it's a 3-round one. First one is 6, and that is gonna be Hey Braden, how you doing? Nice. Just about to start men's Rumble stuff. Have you been on? Have you joined have you joined the streams before? Then Raven. Okay, well, welcome to the streams. We're doing some TWN action. This is the PCCW promotion. Grayman, who's in the chat, he runs the promotion. We're doing a Royal Rumble like pay-per-view here, and Scott Steiner, and we're just setting up the men's part here. Christian. Just got an interconnection quality warning. The stream did stop for a little bit earlier. I want to try to avoid that again. Of course, once the video ends and the streams clear up, all the videos that were separated will be combined and released as one ASAP. So that will be something to look for those who are looking for a complete thing. And after draws, it's HBK. WrestleMania. I forgot. Well, let me think. I'm trying to think who has who. I know... yeah. It's been a minute since I've done a match request stream. It's actually been almost a year since I've done one. But that's mostly because a lot of the time when we do Fire Pro stuff, it's for TWN stuff. Trying to think who has them. Oh yeah, Orton, Star Fox has Randy Orton in this. Oh yeah, and LJC has John Cena for the 5th time. He keeps letting go and re-signing John Cena. Okay. All right, first round here. We're gonna move on to the next one. But yeah, in terms of match requests like that, Yeah. I wouldn't mind doing another match request stream, but the only reason why I haven't is mostly because TWN kind of fills up 99% of my streaming schedule because it's so massive at this point. Because we got guys running promotions, doing all these different events. Is this outdated? What do you mean? Like, like the models or the request? What do you mean by that? Outdated? Oh, the game? Not
Fight.
really, because the game itself was released in 2017, 2018 on PS4, but it's everything kind of kept up to date in terms of, like, a lot of creators keep the newer guys up to date, but the older guys, they're kind of more timeless, kind of, to a certain degree. But yeah, because basically with TWN stuff, it's kind of like it's a thing I do with a bunch of guys, where guys have a promotion or two, and they run it, and they post booking, and I stream the events and stuff. And it's kind of a competition kind of thing.
You dumbass.
And it takes up a good chunk of time because it's weekly events. So you have there's like 9 promotions. Next season there's gonna be 12, and they all have shows and pay-per-views, and then of course the TWN events. So match requests aren't something I typically do just because I just don't, because all my schedule's filled with TWN stuff. But I probably am gonna have to make room for one at one point, because I feel like that'd probably be a lot of fun to have random requests.
2, 3, 4.
But yeah, it depends on the creator, but
Give up.
the way, but also the way
5 minutes gone.
I try to stream every day, but I can't often, because I don't do this for a living. I can't really set a schedule, unfortunately. So I try to update through Discord as often as I can on when I'll be streaming, and also live guesstimations. But I try to do it every day.
Give up.
For the most part, it's
Give up.
typically later in the
Give
day. I don't often stream early in the day, but sometimes I do if I'm trying to sneak it in. I mean, you can. I don't know if I'll have it or not. But if there's a game you want to see, I mean, if I have it, I'll make a note of it. Just Cause 3, okay. I don't think I have Just Cause. Unfortunately, I really had to slow down my video game buying the last few years just cause I just don't have the money. But it's something I could put on the list. I feel like my wife's played them before, but I'm not sure.
You
Oh, book round got
dumbass.
thrown out. $20, yeah.
Give up.
Yeah. It's sad to admit, but I can't afford to get a $20 game. That's the unfortunate part.
10 minutes gone.
Because if I could afford to buy video games, I would have gotten a lot of other video games by now. Hell, I would have gone 2K23 when it actually came out. Oh, Even Flow on draws there. I do know there's a lot of sales going on.
Give up.
Draws is gone. I know that, but yeah, there's just so much tied to bills. That's the thing. Steiner bomb.
Give up.
Scott's gone.
Give up.
You dumbass.
Booker's gone. Chris. Ooh. Oh yeah, definitely. I don't know if HBK ever went against Christian or Edge. Oh, Even Flow DDT. Christian's gone down to Raven and HBK. Well, Raven definitely. He was only in WWF for like a brief period. Yeah, HBK and Christian maybe, if Christian was ever on Raw. Raven's gone, HBK wins it. He'll move on to the next round. '98. Alright, Michaels will be first. Then Sandman. Then Just Incredible. Then Goldberg. Then Billy Gunn. Then the Road Dogg. When Lance. And then finally Devon. I'm going to move on to the final round of it. And in case I didn't make it clear, all this is for the PCCW title. The title was vacated by Gray Man when Sabu got hurt. So I think it is, but am I correct, Gray Man, in saying that? All right. Yes. Okay. You know what? And that's another little thing about this game. I wish you could vacate titles without deleting history, because the only way you can vacate titles in this game is if you delete who's the current title holder of it, so you get rid of that section of history there. So this is the second of 3. Yeah, I will say this. It would be quite a lifesaver if they allowed you to move titles manually from one person to the other. That would have saved me so much time. But
Give up. One,
ooh.
2, 3, 4. Break. One, 2.
I wonder if it'll be interesting if Goldberg wins that title. I wonder how Sabu will feel about it, since they're tag partners.
5 minutes gone.
Yeah. That reminds me, there's a poll, but I might repost the poll, because I know the poll for, like, tier lists, tiers for TWN. I know that one's a little not as, even though most people are slightly favoring not to do that, I think I am going to do that next season, because I do agree with some of the arguments that it would be nice to have some guys be more clear-cut winners of matches, because some guys want it to be a bit easier to do story stuff. So I get that.
Give up.
I guess the biggest thing you determine is how many guys in a roster can be superstars. Like, should it be a number? Like, most can be 10, or should it be a percentage of the roster? Like, if you have 30, you can do a third of that, like 10 or something.
1, 2.
2 people. Yeah, I gotta see what people. Yeah. It's hard to say. Yeah, because I don't know if just 2, like, how much you can. No, that's the biggest thing, because, well, here's the thing too, the select superstars that I do change, it won't be that much of an effort to change them, in all honesty. It'd actually be easier to do that than putting belts on guys. That's how easy it would be. It's just, yeah, he kind of got spazzed out for a minute. Yeah, because I think the smallest roster is 14 guys, so you can't, like, yeah, it's tough. I think at the end of the day, I think HBK's gone. And another factor too is belts. like some promotions have more belts than others, so they may need more or less superstars than others. I don't know. Yeah, it's just tough. Because you could also argue half. You could have half the roster be superstars, the other half not. You could do that. But I don't know. It's tough. It's tough because you kind of have to judge like who qualifies as superstars, because for each promotion might be different. Like for my new promotion, HWH, my big villain team is going to be the Mean Street Posse with Shane McMahon. Now in real life, you wouldn't necessarily classify Shane McMahon as a superstar, top tier wrestler, but in that promotion he would be. So you kind of, it gets tough a little to think like that.
Give up.
Yeah, exactly. That's where the fun comes in. I guess the biggest factor for me is just determining like what lines do we draw? Like how do we determine how many people to put the next above? And here's the other thing too. We could put the guys at the second tier for the special, and it might not make a ton of difference. It might make a little difference, I imagine, but maybe not as much as we think. So I don't know. Like, I think and the other thing too is we also have to consider tag teams. Like how much does that encompass tag teams? Do both members get superstar status if the tag team's a superstar tag team? Or do you make it a little different from each other? Of course, that could be up to the individual promotions.
Give up.
But
Give up.
But at the end of the day, I think the biggest factor is going to be how many guys are each promotion allowed to make superstars. That's the biggest thing, is what is the limit? And I don't know how to determine that, because I think having just two, I don't know how well that will work, because if you just have two, then you're gonna have like that main title. If that superstar gets a hold of that main title, and if they're legit better than the other guys, they're gonna hold on to it for a while. And not every promotion may want that.
Give up. Give up.
Ooh, Billy's gone. Goldberg's gone, eliminated by Devon. Winner moves on to the final round here.
Minutes gone.
Road Dogg gone. Devon's gone. Down to Storm. Incredible. Alright, Devon was the last guy in, so seeing him eliminated there does kind of make things a little refreshing for randomness. Incredible! Came in was the came in against HBK to start it. It finishes it. All right, so it is possible. Okay. Alright, Credible's gonna start things off here. After that, it's gonna be Tommy Dreamer. Then, Hammerstone. Then, D'Lo. Then Edge, Bubba, Stevie Ray, and a surprise person here, Rhea Ripley hopping in here. Gonna pull a China. Alright, main event here. Winner gets the PCCW championship. Let's see how it goes. Man, I wish the first video stayed with this. I wish the stream didn't cut out, because that would have made my job, made stuff much easier for me. It's not the worst thing in the world. I've done it a gajillion times before, and I'll do it a gajillion times in the future. But it always kind of sucks when it does, because it just adds an extra step to things. But what are you gonna do? There.
Give up. One, two, three. Yeah.
Big suplex. Here comes D'Lo. That reminds me, Funaki and Dick Togo are available in free agency. Both of them haven't been fully converted yet. I kind of been slow on that, unfortunately, but they are available for signing. Execution
Give
on
up.
Dreamer.
Give up. Give up. Give up. Give up. Give up. One, two, three.
Candlestick action from Dreamer.
Give up. Give up. Yeah.
Dreamer DDT.
10 minutes gone.
Here comes Stevie Ray. No eliminations yet. Bubba Cutter. Credible's gone. Yeah. Here it comes. Ooh. Dreamer survives. Doesn't that time. Down to 6.
Da! Da!
Ooh. Stump puller. Really a surprise. Yeah. Ooh, D'Lo gets suplexed out of the
One.
ring.
2. One. Give up. Give up.
Oh, slapjack on D'Lo.
Give up.
Hammerstone's gone down to 5. D'Lo suplexed out of the ring again. It's competition. Get in the ring.
Give
You'll
up.
be treated like everyone else.
Give up. Give up.
And to be honest, I've seen Rhea freaking punch, kick, backdrop, suplex every single male wrestler known to man. So I'm sorry, but if you're gonna do that much, you're gonna get suplexed yourself. Ooh, right on the turnbuckle. I don't know if Rey Mysterio can punch his son Dom, then I think Rhea can take an RKO like a champ.
Break.
That's just the way I feel about it, at least, but
20 minutes gone.
oh, D'Lo's gone. Yeah, Bubba is busted open. He's gone though. Stevie Ray, Edge, and Rhea.
1, 2,
Winner gets the PCCW championship.
4.
Stevie Ray with the bicycle kick. Slapjack. Edge is gone, down to Stevie Ray and Rhea, the last two people in. And Rhea Ripley gets thrown out. Stevie Ray is your new PCCW champion. Yeah, exactly. It's going to be definitely a new dynamic right there for Harlem Heat. That's for sure. All right, now I'm going to see how well the show did here. All right, the show got an 86, so not bad. Although it's good, the budget's gonna be pretty ballooned from all the rumbles that are gonna be taking, but still solid. Whew. All right, now in terms of streaming schedule. I know I've hinted at possibly streaming again tonight. That's not gonna happen. It's pretty late for me at least. For another stream. So gonna stream at least once tomorrow, maybe twice. It depends on if guys get their week 8 booking in. But tomorrow at the very minimum we'll be opening up with SWA action for week 8. I know LGC posted GSW booking, but I can't do anything with that yet until TWO booking comes in because they're promotion rivalry. So that'll probably be what we're gonna go with SWA stuff. If someone else makes booking that isn't in a promotion rivalry, I could probably pair them up with SWA as well. But, I mean, if promotion rivalry, both guys get in there, I could make... It'll depend on the time of the day when I can do both. So, we'll just have to see how things go. Wednesday and Thursday, I imagine there'll be at least one stream each day, maybe two. It just depends on the day. Okay. I'm trying to think. But yeah, week 8, this is the last week, so this is the time to complete rivalries and whatnot, get everything set up, and really last-ditch efforts. There's not going to be any more TWN All-Stars this season. I believe, it's tough to see if we'll be able to sneak in another TWN pay-per-view or not. That'll count toward this season. It'll depend on the way things go, because the next TWN pay-per-view is going to be the week of Valentine's Day. I don't think I'll do it on Valentine's Day. Either the 12th, no, was the 14th? Either the 13th or the 15th, I imagine. So that'll be something to keep in mind there. That'll probably be on one of those days. But if we're still doing, I don't know if we'll still be doing week 8 by then, but if we are doing pay-per-views by then, like like anyone doing last-minute pay-per-views, then we might be able to push it in there. If not, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I think if everything lines up right, I might sneak it in there, and I know some guys might want that to try to sneak in some extra popularity point stuff before the end of the season. Yeah, I mean, if you want to, the last part of week 8, I know I'm not, because I've done my Royal Rumble pay-per-view and I'm not nearly ready to do any other ones, so I'll probably won't do one again till like next season, which will probably be like my WrestleQuest one. My IGW WrestleMania, if you will. Maybe I might sneak in an international incident event. It's up to you. I mean, it depends how you want to, like, if you want to sneak in some extra stuff. But yeah, I can't think of anything else. RCW stuff is still kind of getting worked on. I've kind of taken a lot of priority over TWN at the moment, because there's been a lot of stuff I wanted to go over with it. But yeah, in terms of the tier thing, I'm gonna have to do a poll on it, because I legit don't know what would be a good amount that a promotion can be allowed to do per roster, and how it would be equated. It's just tough to decide. But we'll just have to see. I'll probably do one when we get closer to a little bit later, but I do want to try to get some RCW stuff going. I have a name packed out for the Japanese wrestler that's going in. We got that. I gotta do a poll name for the Giant. After I get those, I'll work on the wrestlers, and then we can go from there and make sure they're all polished up. And get some RCW action going. Now, with 2K24 coming out, man, it's going to be tough, because 2K24 is going to have all this cool shit. But, one, I'm not going to be able to get it right away because I don't have the money. And two, man, I really want to get into UP. Man, 2K24 does. I feel like it's going to be tough to still do 2K23 when 2K24 is around. Unless, of course, it blows, which I don't anticipate it, because they're going to do 40 years of WrestleMania, so it's probably going to be a good game unless they royally fuck up. But hard to say. But yeah, that's going to be the go for TWN stuff. We got, all promotions are, the new promotions have their rosters reserved. They pay an extra fee for that. So I'm also going to be working on that, as well as finishing off the scouting list for the season. But yeah. But also, again, because of the stream stoppage, those two this and the prior video will be combined as one ASAP. I have to wait for YouTube to get done processing the streams, but I'll try to do that ASAP. But yeah, after all that, that's gonna do it for this specific video here, guys. Thanks for watching. In case you guys wanted to chat with anyone at the Campy Company, you didn't want to use the YouTube comment section, we do have a couple options. First one is we have a Discord channel. You can find a link to that in the About page / About section of our channel. We also have a community tab in our channel as well. You can access that anywhere at any time. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the videos, and have a good day.